If you're an Amazon FBA seller trying to scale past $50,000 a month, or if you just bought an Amazon FBA brand, I can almost guarantee you are currently bottlenecking your own growth. And it has nothing to do with your own product. Because I'm going to share a story with you. Because 3 years ago, this brand called Factory Lace, which I started from scratch, was great. The conversion rate was around 20%, which was 3 times the category average. And the brand was actually dying. And profit crashed from $20,000 a month at its peak to $5,000 per month now. Why? Because I was playing the optimization game instead of playing what actually matters in Amazon FBA, which is the structural game. You see, I was trying to be the PPC expert, the conversion expert, and the product developer all at the same time for this brand. But luckily for me, these actual failures have allowed me to scale other Amazon FBA businesses. My first acquisition that I ever made was Maverick. And basically, we utilized the same exact 3 frameworks that we use inside of our school community to get this brand from going ahead and making $6,000 per month in profit to almost $60,000 per month. And I'm here to validate all of that. You can see seller board, the date ranges, how much we made in actual net profit after every single Amazon FBA expense. And today, I'm going to go ahead and show you that. But before I give you that actual blueprint, you need to see what the disease actually looks like, because you're probably infected with it right now and you don't even know it. And I'll go ahead and tell you all about school at the very end, but let's actually get to the actual video, because right now you are going ahead and doing all the PPC optimization and tacos is rising. ACoS is telling you that you have to be within 20-25% ACoS, but long-term, you're actually doing your brand a disservice, because by going ahead and being ACoS obsession, you can go ahead and see here, I'll highlight it for you. ACoS obsession, your sessions are actually dropping when it comes to Amazon FBA. So ACoS and tacos might look good right now, but when you are not filling up the funnel on Amazon FBA, it's going to lead to basically a session drop, sales drop, ACoS heightening, tacos heightening, and you'll be stuck in the same position I was with Factory Laced. And then on top of that, product development is not being worked on, right? Because most of us are going ahead and focus on what's currently in Amazon, and product development gets shot, right? So stale catalog, then you get a hijacker to go in there. I've been through it all when it comes to Amazon FBA. And then if you're going ahead and focusing on product development and you're going ahead and focusing on Amazon PPC, then you don't know who's going ahead and actually doing your supply chain, causing you to out of stock, having to restart your actual listing, having competitors outrank you. The list goes on and on with Amazon. But if you understand the most important types of frameworks, this does not actually happen. So again, the factory lace trap. You guys can go ahead and see it there. So with Maverick, what are the things and what are the levers that we went ahead and pulled to get our brand from $6,000 per month in profit to $60,000 a month in profit? And it was very simple. It's getting these 3 buckets filled right away. What are these buckets? Number 1 is the conversion type of bucket. And this works hand in hand with your search query performance. It works hand in hand with your unit session rate, seeing exactly how much traffic is going ahead and going to your actual listing pages and what your conversion rate really is. And this role right over here might be one of the most important roles in order for you to scale your Amazon FBA business. Because if your funnel is not broken, all you have to do is add more impressions and sales and profit basically come out automatically. But if something is wrong within your funnel, it is your CVR, which is your conversion rate expert, to understand where the funnel is actually breaking. And the first step is search query performances. And once this person is continuously looking at sessions, keywords, what's actually working, they hand it over to what is the PPC expert. And the PPC expert is not driven by ACoS. They are driven by also conversion rate. Because the thing is, you can have a 60 to 70% ACoS and it still be a winning campaign. Why? Because over time, Amazon sees that you're out converting your actual competition. And over time, even though that 60 or 70% ACoS looks disgusting on the ad campaign level, you will go ahead and get your tacos to come down eventually. And again, I go ahead and manage. I actually own the P&L statements to multiple brands where we go ahead and do the same exact type of structure. And then we also have a product development person where they are going ahead and seeing based on data what products to go ahead and come out with. We are no longer, which we have lost money in the past, by throwing spaghetti at the wall, thinking we know the next home run product, where in reality, our next home run winning product is actually in the data. So let's actually go through all of these different types of phases here, because the CVR expert that I mentioned before is basically finding those high intent keywords that give us the best chance to convert. You see, Amazon right now in 2026 and beyond is all about customer experience. If you're giving a customer experience a good customer experience, that means that they're going to buy from you. That means that over time, they're going to keep on shopping back on Amazon more and more often. This is why conversion is actually the biggest lever you can pull in your actual business. But you also need traffic to try and get more sales. So it's always this push and pull as far as what do we do to increase conversion rate, but also go ahead and increase traffic. And that is by searching for high intent type of keyword. We're not talking about generic 1 or 2 words. We're talking about the customer knows exactly what they want. You're exactly the product that they need, and now your conversion rate is going to go ahead and go higher. And how do we find these high intent customers? It's simple as going to search query performance and seeing it on your ASIN level, because you'll be able to identify very, very quickly that the total of impressions that you have is less than the total clicks that you have, that is less than the total add to carts that you have, that's less than the total of the actual purchases on Amazon. And what that means is that you have a perfect funnel for that particular type of keyword, where all you have to do is add more fuel to the impressions, and then the fire comes out at the other end when it comes to actually getting sales. And basically, if your funnel is breaking, right, that's where you have to overhaul your title, your bullet points, your image to maximize that total addressable market that we're trying to go after. This is why it's important not to go after every single keyword. It's to go after those keywords that will actually result in sales. And that might mean going ahead and positioning and angling your listing to only win on high converting type of keyword. Because when we try and advertise to everyone, we end up making no sales because we actually go ahead and resonate to nobody. So that's number 1 as far as the conversion rate expert. So number 2, the PPC expert. This is basically the wizard when it comes to impressions, getting more and more impressions based on the information that our conversion rate specialist is going ahead and giving us. Because right now, what we go ahead and do is we focus on return on investment and margin. This is why I don't overly focus on ACoS anymore in my business. As long as my unit economics make sense, I can have a break-even ACoS at 50 to 60%. And I know over time, I'm going to get rewarded by Amazon by getting highly more ranked, getting more organic type of traffic, and getting more organic rank that's going to offset that 60% ACoS anyway. Right? So basically what ends up happening here is we find those actual keywords that are resonating to our actual customer, our winning keywords, right? Because you're going to have a handful of them where the funnel looks basically great. And all we do at that point is put gasoline to the fire. And what do we go ahead and do to put gasoline on the fire when it comes to impressions is going ahead and doing single keyword campaigns, but structure it in a way where we have an exact match, a broad match, and a broad match going ahead and being tested there. And again, this is why it's important to have a longer tail keyword, because if we're going after a generic type of keywords here, obviously our ACoS is going to go ahead and go through the roof, because Amazon is going ahead and advertising your product to cheap products, knockoff products, products that are not necessarily your product in the sense. It's something like me going ahead and trying to target running for my running chest pack, right? Somebody that's typing in running on Amazon doesn't even know what they want. But if they're going ahead and typing in running chest pack, they know exactly what they want. They see my actual product, and they're higher likelihood of actually converting for that actual sale, right? And on top of that, doing these sponsor brand type of videos, right? Videos and regular banner ads as well. We're just trying to go ahead and light more and more impressions for the keywords that are actually converting. And on top of that, for those people that are not going ahead and converting right now, we want to make sure to run these retargeting campaigns. People that are going ahead and adding to cart, viewing our actual listing page. Because if they're not ready to go ahead and purchase right now, if we go ahead and touch them basically multiple times, they will eventually come back and purchase our product. And again, we can layer on different types of coupons here, maybe some brand tailored promotions here, or any other form that will get them to actually go ahead and purchase. And this is why search query performance is important, because we can see our add to carts compared to our purchases. And if we go ahead and do some brand tailored promotions, we can likely see a bump up from add to cart to our actual purchases. But then last thing, but not least, in this actual funnel, right? Or this actual bucket, in a sense, is this product development, because this is your growth engine. And I mentioned in the beginning of this video that we're going ahead and coming out with products based on data. We are not guessing. We're not throwing spaghetti at the wall. We're using search query performance data to analyze exactly what products come next, right? So in this instance, you can see I target word like running vest or running vest for men in this example, right? But we have identified different types of keywords in our search query performance where we're getting impressions, but we're not going ahead and getting the sale. Why are we not getting the sale? Because we are not that actual product. In this situation, reflective vest, right? If someone is searching up a reflective running vest, if we do not offer a reflective running vest, they are not going to go ahead and purchase from us. But now Amazon thinks that, hey, these certain customers are looking for this type of product. You're not offering this type of product. If you were to offer this type of product, you'll go ahead and actually get more sales. This is why it's always best to make assumptions based on data that you currently already have in Amazon, because Amazon has the best data. I will argue that they know how to aggregate and they know how to go ahead and tell you exactly what to do, because they have the best data out of any type of company out there, right? And that's going ahead and making high praise when it comes to Amazon, but they have a lot of data. Number two, like hydration vest, right? I do not offer a hydration. I'm going ahead and trying to look for this actual running vest, but I can't find it right now. But I do not offer a hydration or a bladder for this actual product. But now Amazon is telling me people are searching this up. They're actually clicking on your actual product, but they're not purchasing because you don't offer this bladder. Now that is an opportunity for you to come out with a new type of product that has this bladder or this hydration pack. So this is how we expand our market share when it comes to Amazon. And you can see all of these three people actually work in unison together, right? So what does this person do when it comes to product development? They analyze conversion rate. They go ahead and work with the PPC data as well to see exactly what products to come next. And we identify our ideal customer avatar or ICP in this situation, where we find gaps here. And that's how we launch, based on data-driven decisions, not by going ahead and launching like crazy. And this is exactly why Maverick is not a dying brand anymore, or it isn't a dying brand like Factory Laced was. And these are the same things that we're going ahead and doing with Factory Laced to get it back to be in the heydays that it was. But this exact framework helped us go from $6,000 a month in profit when we acquired this business back in 2022 to right around $60,000 in not revenue, but profit. And again, this is the exact strategies that is taught in the school community, where we have multiple operators here. This is not something where new sellers can go ahead and come in here and try and make Amazon FBA work. This is based on data. You can see I closed down every single beginner course, and now we are only focused on modules that why this community actually exists, how we stop the actual bleeding, how we own our traffic, how we build a business, and how do we exit and build a business, not a job, where it's going to be self-sustainable. So if you guys are interested at all in joining the school community, the link will be in the bio. And again, if you guys enjoyed this, like, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.